on, vinyl community? Welcome to another video with the Record Spinner. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a vinyl haul showcasing some exclusive pressings that I got recently from Newbury Comics. Newbury Comics is a music and pop culture retailer based in the Northeast, kind of similar to what FYE offers. They just recently ran a 20% off sale on their website, and I figured this would be a good opportunity to check it out and see what exclusive pressings they offer. I've been aware for the longest time that they offer them. I just never really sat down and picked up anything. I gotta say, I picked up quite the eclectic selection of albums that I think is major bang for your buck considering how limited they are, the various colors that they come in, and also the fact that I spent as much as I did to get free shipping. It's a rather nice plus factor that adds a bit more bang for your buck. So we're going to kick this haul off with the first record that I knew that hands down I was going to pick up. This is an album that I had been wanting in my collection for some time, and I figured it would make sense to pick up this rather unique variant, and that is Avenged Sevenfold, Waking the Fallen. This is the band's second album, kind of still in that metalcore vein. I apologize if that's the wrong genre that I'm labeling for these guys, but that's just kind of what it sounds like to my ears. It's half vocals, half screaming, so it's kind of a continuation of the sound that they established on their first album, Sounding the Seventh Trumpet, but it's kind of a hint of what's to come with albums like City of Evil and their self-titled record. You get some great standout tracks on this, like Unholy Confessions, Chapter 4, Eternal Rest, Second Heartbeat, just absolutely great early A7X stuff. You got the Death Bat on the cover there, which is like the band's sort of logo slash mascot. It's a 2 LP set. The gatefold that's featured here, it's kind of like an outlay of what the CD booklet would have looked like. And I say that because I did own the original CD version. Then you have an old shot of the band there, looking all goth emo, however you want to call it. 2 LPs. And this is limited to 500 copies, and it's marketed as being black inside clear vinyl, as you can see here on the first LP. Kind of liken it to like a black blob being right in the center of a clear vinyl pressing, which is rather different. I don't have any records of this sort. It's different, so it's really nice to have a rather unique piece of colored vinyl in my collection. And the really unique thing, too, with this is that no 2 copies are going to look the same, so I will showcase the other LP that comes in this. And as you can see, you get a little bit more black in this LP than the first. And also, the black, like, towards, like, the center of the record is a little bit more opaque, but once you get to, like, the outer edge of the black, it kind of looks a bit more translucent. So, very, very nice. Like I said, rather cool piece of colored vinyl to have in my collection, and also just simply happy to have this album in general in my collection. So that is what we will kick this haul off with, Avenged Sevenfold's Waking the Fallen. And now the rest of these records are actually firsts in my collection in terms of these are the first records of these particular artists that I own. These are artists that I'm still looking into getting more records of. This next one is a rather landmark artist, really big in the Detroit garage rock scene in the late 60s, early 70s. They have an eclectic lead singer. You can probably speculate what band that is. Jack White has gone on record saying that this is the best rock album ever, and when I listen to it, I'll be able to see if I can agree for myself. The Stooges Funhouse. This is the band's second album. Got some classic tracks on this, like Down on the Street, which is just a great rockin' tune, TBI, 1970, just amazing Detroit rock type stuff. This is the red and black Starburst edition, which is limited to 1,500 copies. This also has a gatefold, which has Iggy and the boys there. Kind of makes for a nice poster. I believe this pressing was done to commemorate the 45th anniversary of this album, I want to say. And here is the vinyl itself, which is absolutely gorgeous looking. Kind of looks a little bit more pinkish, if anything, but it looks quite sharp. You get the classic Butterfly Electra label there. and this was mastered by Ron McMaster. So I'm sure this is going to be a Sonic, wonderful Sonic record here. So, like I said, this is a first, so I am, of course, looking into getting the self-titled debut, as well as Raw Power, produced by Mr. David Bowie. So, rather nice first Stooges album to have in my collection, Funhouse. And then we have a bit of a newer artist. She is currently signed to Matador Records, and I follow Matador on Instagram, and mainly because it's the label that Kurt Vile is on, and if you're a longtime viewer of my channel, I am a huge Kurt Vile fan. So I started seeing some posts on this particular artist, and I figured I'd give it a listen for myself, and I was quite intrigued with what I heard. Kind of in the vein of Alanis Morissette, Tori Amos, with a little bit of Waxahachie, who is like a newer singer-songwriter type artist. This is the debut release from Julian Baker. This is called Sprained Ankle. This is just great acoustic, sort of... could you say lo-fi? Not really, just great folky singer-songwriter type stuff. This is the blue and white pinwheel vinyl edition, which is limited to 500 copies. You get all kinds of wonderful things with this particular record. You get a nice download code. You have a little fold-out poster, which looks cool. You have an insert of all the lyrics. And then the vinyl itself. And I think you guys are really going to like what this looks like. So here is the pinwheel colored vinyl here, which looks truly one of a kind. I don't have any colored albums in my collection that look like this. This is just absolutely wonderful looking. The pinwheel effect kind of comes across better on the A side than the B side. You can kind of see like a shadow of it on the B side, so it really looks more prominent here. Just looks absolutely beautiful. And there's been many different colored pressings of this album that I'm aware of after I did my research. I believe the standard copy that's out there now, it's like clear or blue vinyl. It's kind of like whatever you get, you get. And I figured I would kind of go for the more nicer variant. And also, I'm just really excited to dig into this artist and perhaps get more albums of hers. Julian Baker's Sprained Ankle. And last but not least, this was kind of a bit of a short mini haul. This is a film soundtrack, and I gotta say, it's thanks to my girlfriend that I actually got into this film. We've been going, since we've been dating, to the midnight Shadowcast productions that are put up at the local theater that's in the next neighboring town where we live in, talking about Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is a reissue of the original soundtrack, which came out in... did it come out in the 70s? It says 1975 and 1989. Perhaps it came out at a later time. It's a bit of an abridged version because they did reissue this recently with all of the songs featured in the film on colored, I think it's on red vinyl. But this is a little bit more of an adapted version. You don't get all the songs, but you get the notable ones. Get some nice photos from the film. And this particular version is marketed as red and white explosion vinyl, and it's limited to 1,000 copies. And wait till you guys see this piece of colored vinyl. This is probably one of the most beautiful looking records in my collection. So there you go. You kind of see like the red and white, you know, makes a little bit more of a pink hue effect. You get some purple. Even looks like you get flecks of black in there as well, which makes like a dark purple kind of on the outer edges. Just an absolutely beautiful record. It's just simply nice, you know, to look at in general, aside from playing. I mean, I can't wait to play this thing by the time October comes. I think I have to hold off until October to play this. It just wouldn't seem right to play this in the summer. So very nice to have, and just a beautiful piece of colored vinyl to have in general. I figured out of all the color pressings of this, there's the pink 10 bands, 1 cause edition, then the expanded red vinyl. This was the much cooler one to have, so I'm really happy to have it. Rocky Horror Picture Show soundtrack. And there you go. That is my Newbury Comics exclusive vinyl haul. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next video, and most importantly, Keep the record spinning.